Yes, YouTube, it's your boy Amiri, the Fresh Prince of Zamunda. Back with another reaction, man. So, today, I'm in a special vibes. I'm feeling nice. So, what we're doing reviews with a twist, okay? I got my popcorn, got my drink, you know? I'm here for the whole day. I'm here to cater just to you lot, give you my most natural reactions ever. So, what we're doing, we're gonna do random videos that I don't even know what's coming up, okay? They could be interesting, they could be witty, they could be serious. It doesn't matter. It's up to you lot what you lot want me to watch, okay? So, I got my producer, King. He's just gonna take you lot's requests and he's gonna put it up right there, this side here, for me, and I'm just gonna give you my natural reaction. So let's get into this one, man. Let's see what's
the big spat that you had with John was about oppression. And you said you got
Hey, listen. Hang tight. Do you know what's mad? Yeah, I'll tell you what's mad. See, we run our own podcast, so we take our time, we dedicate our time, hard work towards making a very successful podcast. So when I see other people that's got podcasts that are pushing and trying to become successful as well, I can't help but love it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know how people sit down and hate on that. Like, why would you hate on that? On someone else being successful, showing you the way of how to become successful. Why would you hate on that? So shout out to whatever in them, man. They got me, Carl. I see what you man are doing. Keep it dick. Give me high five. I like it, man. See who want me to react to whatever. Let's see what these ditzies got to say.
I already know what you're gonna ask me, and I'm just gonna tell you this now. Google. You can
Google.
Look up Google.
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 It's not my job to school you on something that you should have learned in
Excuse you on my school.
Women have been oppressed and women still are oppressed because there are literal child slaves. There are black women.
This is what I mean. Sometimes they're serious, sometimes they're funny. This one needs unpacking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit up for this. She's got me worked up already. All right, calm down. Take a deep breath, analyze what you've heard, be nuanced, rewind the selection sounds, and hear her again. Hear her out. Hear what she's trying to say. Don't have a reaction to what she's trying to say. Listen to what she's saying properly, and then respond, okay? All right, let's go. Let's go back to what she's saying.
Show, the big spat that you had with John was about oppression.
All right.
And you said...
So we're talking about oppression, all right? So from what I'm aware of, all right, we've been oppressed for a long time. So I know what oppression is, okay? There's different levels of oppression. Not all oppression is the same, okay? So I would love to know how this Californian ditzy that was probably born in the 90s or the 2000s have got to say about oppression. Let's hear her oppression.
You got quite...
Yeah, because I already know what you're gonna ask me, and I'm just gonna tell you this now. Google.
Already she's rude. Like if she's on King Richard's show, she'd already got dash out already. That is a Frank Castle right there waiting to happen. I know it. I know my guys. I know them, bruv. King Richard's been like, hey, listen, listen. The rules are that the host must speak. So you shut up. You get me? That's not my rules. That's the rules of the podcast. Yeah? I'm trying to be professional. Shut up. Don't be talking them kind of wass talk at my podcast. If I was at your podcast, I would respect it. You get me? Security! She would have got the security! The security! I'd have been sitting down at home with the popcorn. You know I love my popcorn. I'm addicted, I think I'm addicted to popcorn. But I'll be sitting at home with my popcorn laughing at this stuff. You get me? Because kill them dead there, somewhat like, bro, you're at my podcast. Respect. Like, who are you talking to? The backside.
Google.
But it's not my job to school you on something that you should.
It's not my job to school you on something. Yo, listen, it's not my job to teach you respect. So there's the door. Get the fuck out. Real talk. I don't want to hear about your oppression. This is a low level of shit. Just obnoxious.
In school, women have been oppressed and women still are oppressed because
women's been oppressed and women are still being oppressed. Men have been oppressed. Men are still being oppressed. Humans are oppressed. Humans are still being oppressed. Okay.
Child slaves, there are black women.
Child slaves, black women, shut up. Please shut up. Shut up. You, shut up. Don't try equivalent black women suffering to your suffering, bro. Completely different. It's like me saying, yeah, the slaves, they went through all the mad thing, so I went through the mad thing as well. No, bro, I was not there. I was born in the 20th century, bro. Like, what were we doing? Like, 21st century, what were we doing? What were we doing? We waking up, we could go work, we could vote, IDs, we could drink what we want, eat what we want. What? What was the oppression? Let me hear her oppression.
Disabled women that experience...
Oh my God, disabled women.
Oppression all the time, and Native American women as well.
Native American women.
Native American women.
It's also Native American men. Well, aren't they oppressed?
I'm talking about women right now.
You're talking about women?
Yeah, because the question was how women have been oppressed, and I'm just gonna say it's not my job to educate you and school you on that.
Bro, I don't know what's more annoying, her voice or her views. You know what I'm saying? Her voice or her views, bro. Both are annoying. She would have got cancelled quick time in my books, bro. I'm like, slow down, stop. Sounds like coming from a place of hate and uneducation, a lack of it. I could tell it with, like, girls are like, how do you know what I was like? Bro, when you're like me, I'm not just saying I'm an individual in the sense of no one's got this skill. But I've got the skill, a people skill, from doing call center, face-to-face sales for years, and I'm good with people. I know, like, I could pick up your energy straight away. Do you know what I mean? Your energy, I pick it up straight away. Not just her, but anyone's energy. Like, I pick it up and I could try and navigate their energy. But this one right here, bro, she's trouble. How you talking about American Indians, like, what? You're the people that gave them the viruses and that and killed them off, bro. What are you talking about their struggle, bro? I beg you, shut up and stay in your place.
But if I reject your presuppositions, then you do need
predeposition.
No, I'm telling you this.
Or predisposition.
Like, I'm telling you, like, it's not my job to school you. Like, you should have learned this in school. And honestly, it's a little scary that you don't know how women have been oppressed in the past. Because
talk about white women being oppressed. That's what you need to talk about. Honestly, that's what you need to talk about. Because they have. But as I keep saying, there's levels to oppression. But if you just sit down and say, this is our oppression, this is our oppression, people will be like, so what? Suck it up. So what? So what? Her oppression is her husband spends too much hours working. That's her oppression, bruv. He doesn't want to go 50-50. He wants to go 50-50. You work though, right? Yeah. What? Oppression. Yo, people on... Listen.
This country was, like, built for men, and these, like, laws...
Are they in America? Am I missing something? She said that country was made for men. What? That country was made for white men and white women. That's what that country was made for. That's what it was made for, bro. If we're being completely honest, bro. It was built up and it was fought for the preservation of white men and women, bro. Slave owner had his slave owner wife inside the house as well, bruv. What are you talking about? You wouldn't be here if a man and a woman didn't come together. What did you say? What? He had his wife inside the shack with all the other slaves. Is that what you're telling me? You telling me the lady of the manor was on the cotton field as well? What are you talking about? What are you chat about? What are you chatting about? You get me? You can talk about it. I don't stop when I'm talking about it. But I'll put you in your place and tell you when you're wrong, innit? Like, if you're being wrong information, I'll let you know straight away, bro. Like, talk. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to come back you with, because I just don't understand your mentality. And the more you talk, the more I understand your mentality. The more I understand your mentality, the more I could see where we could, come together and, all right, this is what we're together with and this is what we're apart with, all right? Let's get closer where we're apart with and stick together where we're close to. That's all it is, to get this thing together, because there's a lot of misinformation, bro. What do you mean? It was made for men. What does that even mean?
And rules, like, all...
What did men make? Only men toilets. They did what? Did they make vacuum cleaners for men to come and make it easier for men to clean? Did they make dishwashers so it's easy for men to clean the dishes? Like, what are you talking about? Did the man make the tampon and the Tampax so women could be oppressed? Did the man give his woman flowers because she was oppressed? What are you talking about, bruv? Was the man a tailor making dresses, the most finest dresses in the world with the best silk sent from India? What oppressed? Are you oppressed, bro? I would love to know. You bring me a list of 5 things you were oppressed on. And I'm not saying that you weren't, but I'm saying she doesn't know what they are. She clearly doesn't know.
They all, it's all to, like, for men, like, it was built for men.
Incorrect.
And, like, this podcast enough is showing me that sexism is still really alive.
Woman, you imbecile. You're on the podcast. Next to 2 women on your left and 2 women on your right. What are you talking about? You're trying to tell me you're trying to tell me a girl had a podcast and she invited 5 men on the podcast. You're trying to tell me the men will be saying, this no, bro. Man injects man thoughts and man ideas in the podcast. That's why you're here. That is why you're here. That's the reason why you're here.
Oh, wow.
So if man ain't learning it because you're dumb enough to not give them the information.
I think this podcast is sexist.
I was posted on so many red pill incel accounts. Yes, it's giving info.
Do you know what I say? Why don't you dumb broads do what Pearl did, yeah? And start your own podcast. Really is pissing me off. Start your own, bruv. Always trying to come and watch a man do something and then come at the end when he's finished and try to jump in like you made help him build it. No, bro. What, Shaggy? Like what? Like nope. Hey, listen. Back in the days, yeah, my granny and that used to tell me about something. It was in a song as well. Said nobody wants to plant the corn, but everybody wants to raid the barn when you harvest the corn. Watch out for them people there that want to raid your barn. Once you done harvest your corn, you're in the sun, sweating. They're not involved. They're doing their nails. They're doing their hair. They want to watch all that makeup stuff they were doing on YouTube. They enjoy the life. Yeah, you go, girl, dating. This is what you do to him. You take his money. Oprah. Ricky Lake, Jeremy, Jerry Springer, Maury, all of these shows. I sat down and watched daytime TV, bro. It was a kingdom for women to enjoy and be blasted with warm words and warm sympathies and good energies and and claps every time they do something wrong. You suck 20 dicks. You could do anything wrong. And then man them said, you know what? Let's do what we do best, which is build. We build things. So we took something from nothing, which is impossible because only God could do that, yeah? And we made something from it. And then when you made something from it, you want to come and criticize. It's like O'Shea Duke Jackson. It's like, bitch ass nigga, bro. Don't tell me about our podcast and then you trying to shit on our podcast and then at the end, guess what, guys? I've got a podcast. Well, move from here, bro. Go find your own fans, man. Little ugly bitch ass nigga, bro. Push me off, man.
Oh, a lot.
Oh, man. Okay, all the buzzwords are coming out. I don't even know where to start tackling this. Okay, so...
misogyny.
Women were oppressed in history.
Yes.
But so were men.
Yes.
It's
How?
not...
How?
Not as much as...
How?
See, now this is interesting because...
All right. Was the black man slave more oppressed than the white woman slave master? Huh, Cheryl? From Seattle? How? But what we do now is 2023. As black people, bro, I don't know about you lot, but me, I don't sit down hung up about all this past actions that happened before in the past and to my forefathers and bro, what is my situation today in front of me tomorrow for my kids? What is the situation today? Where am I being oppressed today? Where am I being held back today? Where am I being shitted on today? Forget about yesterday and the day before that and 400 years ago when you was not even there. Please, bruv, please.
If I say, how were women were oppressed? You're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian.
You should know, Brian.
Educate you. Yet you've just asked me the same question. You've just asked,
how are men oppressed?
Shouldn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
It wasn't taught in school.
So isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school, but females' oppression was.
Obviously.
Isn't that interesting? So who's really oppressed then?
Oh my God, Brian.
If men's...
Oh my God, Brian, what? You were taught in school about woman oppression and you wasn't taught about men oppression. Brian knows about men oppression because he's a man. He's going to tell you about man oppression. What do you mean? Oh my God, Brian. Oh my God. Like, what? It's always about you. After I'm talking about me. Leave. Brian, you just... Hey, yo. Hold on, Brian. Because this is the moments where we get to see what they're really like, bro. Why are they like this? Why every time I stop them with a nice attitude and nice vibes and I say, hello, good afternoon, and why do they look so angry? It's because they were taught we oppress them in school. Shaggy? Scooby Snacks? Like, what? Daphne? Bro, you don't think men been oppressed? Men, the ones that forced to go to war to save you, those men weren't oppressed.
Throughout history are overlooked. Who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
Don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Loser.
Men.
Can you think of one? Give me one.
So many men literally kill all the time over domestic violence and domestic abuse to the point where...
That's irrelevant, but okay.
Okay.
That happens.
Bro.
Certainly violence, sure.
Wait, hold on.
There's a lot of violence.
I'll need to hear what she said properly before I get into this.
Men literally all the time over domestic violence and domestic abuse to the point where
That's irrelevant, but okay.
Wait, did she say that men are capping about being about domestic violence done to them? Is that what? One more time. Cause I don't just go in on people. Like, this is what I do. Like, I sit down at home. Like, no, one more time. What is he trying? Amiri, calm down. Rewind. Hear what he's trying to say. Hear what she's trying to say. Do not react without thinking. Okay. So let's go back. Let's hear what she has to say.
It's really oppressed
oh
then.
my God, Brian.
If men's grievances throughout history are overlooked, who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
Don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
There's men.
Can you think of one? Give me one.
So many men literally all the time over domestic violence and domestic abuse to the point where
That's irrelevant, but okay.
Okay.
Brian, you should have let her finish that, man. You should have let her finish that statement because I want to see where she's going with that. She honestly thinks that men are capping when they say they've been domestically violent, physically abused in relationships. Like, she doesn't see with her own eyes that women could hit men and get away with it, but if the moment the man retaliates, he's the one in trouble. How women could call the police for anything and the man is just arrested straight away. Sometimes men even call the one calling the police and still get arrested. What if your brother came to you and said his girlfriend raped him? What would you say? You would probably laugh at him, bro. Like, listen.
That happens. There's certainly violence, sure.
Yeah, there is a lot of violence against
But
women.
when you think of oppression, what is your definition of oppression?
I don't know really how to explain it, to be honest. But I'm just
I mean, you
trying-
use the word, you ought to know how to define it if you just use the word.
Yeah, I just don't know exactly how to, like, why do you want me to explain that? That's what I'm getting.
Well, I
like,
mean, you've used a word, you ought to be able to...
yeah, you're just putting me on the spot. You just want to embarrass me, and I'm to
not-
tell you this now.
Like, am I bugging? Because, like, King, am I bugging? Am I bugging out? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like what? Like, you're bugging, girl. You're bugging out. You're bugging out. You're pissing me. I don't even want, like, should I even listen to the rest of this? People are pissing me off, bro.
Not gonna happen, Brian. Because guess what?
Her voice is so annoying.
I'll dip right now if
Because
you're gonna.
we're having a
Please
polite
do.
conversation.
No.
Please do. Please do. Please do, bro. Because at the end of the day, check it out. Your voice is annoying. You're chatting crap. You don't want to listen to other people's point of views. You're cutting other people. You're diminishing their struggle and their suffering because you think it's about you, and you're not even talking about you. You're talking about other people, and you've made other people's struggle your struggle. Are you bugging? And plus, you sound like some fish, bruv. Like some cod. Stop talking, bruv. Brian, kick her out, bruv. Give her the Frank Castle, bruv.
Because I already know what this is about. We talked about this last podcast, so why do you want to bring it up again?
Well, we didn't really talk about it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything else because it's not my job to school you and educate you, Brian.
Bro, are you seeing it? This is what happened when you like, bro, Myron and Riches and them man would have done kicked this gal out already, bro. You would not have heard this level of disrespect on a next man's podcast. You're on my podcast talking like that, huh? How do we even see this footage? Because Brian, you're a madman to show this footage. I'd have been like, listen, that is not going out, car. I don't like how she's talking to me now. If she get away with that, other gal is gonna come here thinking they could talk to me like that. You set the precedent, and I'm not having it. So
Well, I
get
mean,
out.
that's a very
And I'm not going to say
convenient-
anything
Security.
else. Stay quiet.
I mean, that's a very convenient way to shut down a otherwise polite conversation.
She's not polite.
I gave you an opportunity to speak, so I think you should. You're just not going to talk? Why is this such a sensitive subject for you?
Because
But let me ask you a question. Can we engage in this?
I don't want to,
Hold
Brian.
on.
That was masterful, though. Brian, that was masterful. Watch that. If you want to learn interview skills, watch what he just did there. Come.
anything else, and I'm going to stay quiet now.
I mean, that's a very convenient.
She said, I'm going to stay quiet now. He didn't do what I would do and bug out and pick her up and dash her out. Yeah, he didn't do that. All right. He said, listen, why are you affected so much by a normal conversation that me and you are having? Is there something that is affecting you? Now you're drawing her out because now she's staying inside. She's quiet. She doesn't want to talk because the moment she talks, she loses. Now watch how she loses because he doesn't even want her to answer. The first question is not important. The moment she opens her mouth is when he changes the subject to the topic that he wanted to talk about. So watch this again.
Way to shut down a otherwise polite conversation. I gave you an opportunity to speak, so I think you should. You're just not going to talk.
Draw her out.
Why is this such a sensitive subject for you?
Because
ego.
But let me ask you a question. Can we?
You see it? I just want to wrap Brian up in some cotton wool, bro. Bruv, that is beautiful. Drawed her out. You brought her out of her shell because she tried to do the shame, insult, and guilt thing. She tried it, and you said, don't try strawman me. Don't try shift the goalpost on me. I'm gonna put you right back to the goalpost. Why are you so sensitive about something? Why? Let me know. I'm not saying. Oh, wait, hold on. But go back to my question.
Age in this.
I don't want to,
Hold
Brian.
on.
I didn't
Hold
even
on.
want to come
Stop
here in the
interrupting.
first
Hold on, stop interrupting. Shh, hush your mouth.
You literally asked me to be here. I said no thanks.
So why are you here?
Come on.
Okay. Well. And.
And what?
But why don't you want to have this conversation? Like, we can have
Because I
good.
think
Can you
it's-
stop interrupting? We can have a good faith conversation about this. Like, I don't understand why we can't just have a.
You see? Even Brian has his boiling point. He's like, forget all this nice shit. Bitch, shut up. I swear that's the first time I see Brian wild out, bro. He's like, listen, stop interrupting, bro. Shut up.
99 cents. Nanny, you condemned domestic violence but openly admitted to assaulting your ex-boyfriend with your purse.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. She got hotted up on a £1 super chat.
Like, we can. It's totally okay. to
She got hotted up on a £1 super chat. I love YouTube, man. Hey, I love YouTube. Hey, listen, you look, click that like button, that subscribe button, man. This is the most entertaining channel you ever come across, okay? Get me? The Fresh Prince of Zamunda. You get me? Don't hate. Appreciate. Damn, let's hear Brian break her down.
I suppose what is for you an uncomfortable subject. But I don't see why you need to shut down the conversation. Like,
Why?
I've been perfectly polite to you.
Perfectly
Yeah,
polite.
but I just don't want to answer it, Brian.
You know why? Because she's stuck.
Respect that.
Sotero super chatted $50. Crazy. Anytime that I see females bring up women oppression on podcast, they never give examples, but instead they just say look it up or that you should already know.
Thank you.
It's true. So
'Cause it's
many
true.
Why would I have to explain it to you, Brian?
The super chat literally said, why when these girls bring up female oppression, they always say you should know about it or you should go and look it up. And then what she do immediately after the super chat? I don't know, but you should know. You should look it up. God damn, like, like that's irony right in front of your face. Like, it's like, bro, it's like irony just went like this. Listen, you stupid little sunshine state, little bat ears, don't know nothing. There's irony. You like woke up straight away like, oh. It's like, bro, tell us about your oppression. Come, we're all ears.
Be respectful. I'm not gonna say anything more about it because I feel uncomfortable talking about it.
Why'd you feel?
You weren't uncomfortable
but-
until I started pushing back.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
what's uncomfortable?
Because it's coming from a place of hate.
It's coming from a place of hate. You're on my man's podcast. We're talking about an issue, but you're getting so worked up that you think I'm hating on you because I asked you a question. And Brian asked her the most normalest question ever. If she came on my podcast, bro, you'd think I'm like, I don't even want to say who he's like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, misogyny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm gonna ask you a simple question, woman. Answer about your oppression.
It's not coming from the place of hate.
Okay, my super chat budget is getting a bit strained now. However, Bangs, please watch the documentary The Red Pill
Oh,
by
absolutely
Cassie
not.
J. It made a very
Echo
good
chamber.
impression on my previously negative and feminist girlfriend.
Boom.
Echo chamber.
Boom.
Let me ask.
So-
Let me ask you something. So, like, hold on. Let me read
Echo chamber.
thoughts. A lot of people in both red pill, blue pill community could benefit from this conversation. And this is again.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All the time, everyone's normal doing their own stuff, bruising, doing this, whatever. People come out with red pill. Now, all of a sudden, there's a group of people that want to be blue pill now. It's like, bro, like, find your own wave, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? Find your own wave. Do you, boo-boo. Like, what? Always watching, man. Like, if he wears a white t-shirt, you know what? Let's wear black t-shirts. You're like, bro, no one's focused on you. No one cares.
The previous conversation.
God
was, this is
damn.
the problem. Let's have a civil discourse. Let's talk about it. And most people resort to shutting down. people are trying to understand.
He's not trying to understand. He's trying to get some views. He literally said, let's make it spicy or whatever. Like, let's get you.
Let's make it spicy. Let's talk about interesting stuff. Let's not talk about your hair, nails, and how many times you slept with people, bruv. Let's make an interesting topic that will get the internet talking. People could change a mix of ideas, nuances coming from left, right, and center. We better the world that way. What is your reaction to me doing that?
Because he knows that's going to get him good revenue.
He knows that's going to get him good revenue. Why are you there then? Haven't you got an OnlyFans? Haven't you got a page, an Instagram page, trying to get money from men? Yeah, the same men you say you hate. What is it?
He knows that.
Well, I didn't say
Here's
that.
the
I
thing.
said
It's because
Why don't you do OnlyFans for free?
why it gets so many views is because this is the problem that we're facing.
conversations like
So if we're able to actually have this conversation, I would also like to understand your point of view.
She's
I
bugging.
understand like it could come off as a bit like attacking, but a lot of people out there, a majority of people are trying to understand the situation, men and women.
Bro, she doesn't know. That's what's annoying me. If there was a woman sitting down there that knew exact, like, boom, she knows her stats, figures, everything, boom. All right, I like that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I want to say. But how many podcasts have you watched with all these girls on there and you said, yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, how often? Bruh.
If you're for women,
But no matter
help us
anything I
out.
say, it's still not going to change your guys' beliefs because you guys like live by this. Like Brian has
Okay, here's
this whole
another thing.
podcast about
let me
it.
just address that.
yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Brian has a podcast about it, and I'm on the podcast.
Like
the
I just don't
purpose,
think-
let me just explain something. The purpose of debate isn't necessarily to convince the person that you're debating with. It's to convince the audience.
I don't want to
because I'm not
going
gonna
to bro. This
but-
is a bunch of like incels. I don't want.
How are they allowed to get away with that word? That is blatant. That is a blatant mischaracterization of the red pill. Incels. You think man is an incel? Because I don't kiss your toes. And accept your 500 body count and marry you at the age of 37 with bare issues and 2 baby fathers. It's not that I'm involuntary celibate. I'm celibate because I want to be. I don't want to go near you, you dirty gal. Gwansa, you look a dirty gal about incel. Dirty gal. Are you married? So what's the big, you don't have, what? And what? Shame, insult, guilt. My man has a successful podcast that you're on. You're on it, so you know about it. A successful podcast. Do you think man is an incel? You think he can't get gal?
See, they're
Okay,
not
first
gonna
off, don't
listen
insult
to
my
me.
audience. They're not incels. Okay,
She didn't even insult the audience. She insulted you and your audience.
so
Okay.
no, don't disrespect the platform, okay?
Thank you, Brian, bro. Don't disrespect the platform. You lot lost your marbles out here, bro. It's like they think they can walk up in BBC and do what they... Shut up. Bro, BBC, that security will take you out straight away. Like, boom, this is not even going live. Like, this is such a mistake. Like, take her out. Getting dragged out, bro. Like, what? Professionalism. You talking and not letting none of the girl talk, and you're chatting crap,
The
bro.
purpose of a debate is not necessarily to convince the other person. It's to convince the viewer, the listener. But it's just interesting because I gave you
Ample
minute, 2
time.
minutes to explain your position.
She hasn't got
and
no
then When
position.
I push back a little bit, you're like, no, we're done. Like,
Yeah, because I don't have the time. And Brian, it's so late.
She don't
I
have the
like,
time to
long
be on a
drive back
podcast
home,
that
and
she's on.
Honestly, I don't want to like argue right now. To be honest, maybe if you brought it up like a little bit sooner. Like I'm kind of worn out, to be honest.
well, maybe we'll have to do round
Excuses.
3. I will end it on this though. I think I don't expect you to respond, and you don't have to respond, but I will at least address the points that you brought up.
Bro, that thing with the blue hair at the back has more brains than that girl.
So you said that basically the patriarchy theory, that men built this country for other men. Now, I agree with you on the first part. Men
Because they're gay, yeah? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Man goes out to work for my family, bruv. For my family. For my great-great-great-granddaughter to be saying, yeah, all you men out there that did not... Excuse you? Excuse you. Excuse you. After we done fought 2 world wars and did that and went here and and left your ass home to look after everything while we went out and risked our life. You don't... Something you don't get back. Oh, they did it for themselves. Get out of here, man.
Country. However, men didn't build it.
I'm glad the girls around me don't think like this, you know, bruv. They don't think like this. No, this is actually pissing me off, bro. I don't even want to see no more of this crap, bro. Hey, listen, put me to the outro camera, man. I'm done with this one here. This one's a flower power. I'm done with her. I'm done. Bye-bye. Bye. See how easy that was? Listen, comment below. Show your frustration like how I was frustrated. Or if you're pissed off with me for having my views, put it down below. I want to hear. Like, I don't want to be in an echo chamber where everyone's, you know? So like the video, subscribe. You know we'll be at. Another video will be here, or there. But until then.